Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. How is everybody today? So excited to see you. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Christmas. Christmas. I didn't connect you with two. Okay, let me write that down so that I don't forget to do that for you today. Because Christmas got some killer referrals last week when she just asked for it. Adora, are you reconnected? No. Okay. Adora is having Wi-Fi issues. Apparently it like rained in Texas or something weird. And so she's figuring out her Wi-Fi. Hello, all of our guests. People are still coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have never met me before, my name is JKN. Adora, is your waving mean you're ready now?
No, I'm gonna work it once we get DMA, but I want to invite everybody. Isabel's here, yay! Corinne's here, Sarah's here, cameras on, everybody. We're so excited to see each of you. And we've got a super speaker today. She is someone that is an advisor for the City of Los Angeles. She's an advisor to Netflix, is a client of hers. She created the technology Disney still uses for hiring, DMA Anderson. I see she's in the building. And she's one of the best in the world. What companies hire her for is things they've been paying teams to figure out for 4 years. She'll come in and in 30 days, they're getting their initiatives done. So Mark Porteous, good to see your face. Jessica Kosh, good to see your face. You all come on camera, show your faces unless you're in the shower, stay private. We don't want to see that. This is not that show. We are positive empowerment TV shows. Got a little hung up there. So the Dining Empire is a collection of TV shows that are educational, empowering. We deep dive with entrepreneurs. The Diva Network is where the community comes together. So we bring you the best of the best in our who's, and we connect you to the best of the best, which is each other. So you get to do a little networking today, but I definitely recommend coming onto camera. So about DMA, she is of the best in the world at helping people get to amazing. In fact, even a woman that said her bluest sky was to have a retreat in South Africa is planned. That retreat right now, it's throttle actions with government leaders. So we're excited to have her back. She's going to be coaching each of us today on making sure we're really connected to what that big outcome is for our life or our business. And then you're going to see the magic and how just thinking a little different way can have us get there faster. So we're very excited. I am having some Wi-Fi issues. So am I freezing for any of you? I am. I'm on a hot spot. Dang it. Okay, I am freezing. I am freezing.
Cutting in and out just a little bit.
Nora, maybe just turn your video off for the introduce.
The robot dance doesn't go with cutting out. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and take a few wins. Jimmy, if you can lead the taking wins for a few minutes, I'll work to reset. I see DMA is here. So maybe take one win and then we'll bring DMA up. Okay.
All right, who has a win? Sue Bradley in the house. Go ahead, Sue.
Yes, I had the opportunity to meet with Elise over the weekend. Woohoo!
Love it.
I'm writing my ebook and things are opening up. Wins all over the place. Thank you.
Awesome. Great to hear. So that meeting though, Sue, go a little deeper. So you met, did like ideas come from it? You have some next steps. Share a little bit more.
Well, okay, so I have just seen Elise like maybe 2 times on this Diva Network. And she said she was coming to Austin Texas, and I didn't know anything about her, but my thing is now expansion, stepping towards more, standing in the mystery. It felt right. I waved my hand. I said, I live like 45 minutes from Austin. I'll make the trip. And so it turned out that she was willing, and we met, and it certainly was a divine appointment. Throughout the whole thing, we were crying as we tell each other's story. We met on a level that we couldn't have known at all. And just this whole thing, as I'm watching the Diva Network, there are so many people that I'm finding that I'm aligned with. And as I answer that call on my own heart and line up with the one, the source, whatever name you may have, it's bringing these women to me to be able to be aligned with and start up-leveling my own self as we collaborate. And I'm having the time of my life stepping out in curiosity and wonderment and awe. And I'm just so excited to be here with you all. So thank you, Michelle. She was the one who originally got me here. And so, yeah, thank you.
Michelle's our first founder. Welcome. Thank you for sharing the love. So speaking of how that happened, go ahead and put in the chat where you are participating from, because we have people from different countries, different cities. I'm back online, everybody. Can you tell? No more robot dancing. All right. So we have 3 minutes for wins. Let's go ahead, Maria Nunez. I know that's Dr. Andrea. I'm messing with her because her computer is off. Let's go ahead, Dr. Andrea.
I'm using someone else. So sorry. I had yesterday, I'm part of the Steve Biko Institute in Brazil, which is an NGO that works with poor youth. And they invited me to have a meeting with a Steve Biko organization in South Africa. And I had the opportunity to meet Steve Biko's son. So it was just amazing. He was sharing, and we are building some collaboration. So it was a big, big win.
Love that. Love that. We're coming. Africa is where we're opening right now. I see Barbara celebrating, and that's because of you all, the community. You are stand. Yes, Isabel, we need to lock arms. They're doing huge things in Africa. All right, Elise.
Yeah, so like Sue said, I met with her this weekend, which was awesome. It was part of this whole weekend away where I was doing like mindset and dealing with your inner child and whatever stuff. And I walked away with so many insights, and Sue helped me with that too. So great win for myself so that I can move forward and stop being in my own freaking head. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, Fort Lauderdale, Milwaukee, Cape Town, South Africa, Buffalo, New York, Texas, California, Nairobi, Kenya, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Henderson, Nevada. I think my geography teacher would be proud. I'm very geographically challenged, but I am getting these down. That's awesome. Karen, the voice of health and wellness. Let's go. We have 1 minute, a 1 minute win, honey bunny.
Hey, beautiful people. I am in Hollywood, Florida, and my win is I'm here because of Dr. Andrea. I got connected to Justine here, who's a voiceover coach. I don't see her on here now, but I did my first voiceover commercial since we last connected, and I'm really excited. Yeah, glad. And I invited people to come to here too, so I'm excited that the next time I come, I'm coming with crew.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
That's what people do when you're a people and you really care about everybody. You share the resources, right? How many of you are the kind of people that go, oh, look at what I found, look at the book, look at the funding, look at the Diva Network. There we go. Awesome. So SIPO is here also. We have lots of Diva cast in the room today. Ingrid Morales, right? Put cast in the chat if you're a cast member. SIPO brought some of her products, and the ingredients are sourced in Africa. And so we had them on our last episode in Galveston. And so we have a 22-year-old former Miss Texas Latina in the room and as a cast member. And it was just so beautiful having someone 22 and all, pageant queens really understand elegance. And the really fun part is Sarah Jessica Taylor. I'm looking at you, so I'm going to tell you. And then we'll bring up DMA. One of the really fun parts is one of our cast members owns Oak Meadow Ranch, where it was our first episode. You can swim with the otters, happy hour with the giraffes. And she's in her 40s and beyond. I don't know her exact age, but we had these slingshot cars, and she's like, let's go. And our 22-year-old Krista, raise your hand. She was like, I read the insurance, or I read the policy, and I don't have insurance for that, so I'm not going to be driving. And then our 40 was like, why not? YOLO. So it just shows, how wonderful and diverse we all are, and that we all bring different things to the table. And also, I thought that was the perfect flip the script. Like, you would expect the 22-year-old, right, to be the one like, let's go. And she was the one going, actually, the insurance policy says, which I love. I love so much. So welcome, everybody. If you're here and you're new, put an N in the chat, an N for new, because if you're here, whoever invited you thought you were driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic, that you're a leader in your life, and that you're either a woman or a man who supports women. And so wave to all the men in the room. Hey, men, we love men who support women. In fact, Dan Stieg recently did a little, through the support of the Diva Network, him and Marita helped an orphanage in Uganda stay open 6 more months. And what I love is I was offline. I really had nothing to do with it. It was the community coming together, and that's the power of community. So we're running 2 minutes behind. I don't want to take any more time from the fabulous DMA Anderson. You read her accolades, but now you get to experience the magnificence of her work. She truly is a thought leader, and companies pay her lots and lots for the way that she coaches and leads. She's already facilitated breakthroughs in our room so much that people were going, bring her back, bring her back. And she's one of our strategic advisors here at the Diva Network. So let's go ahead and spotlight her.
Oh,
DMA Anderson, the crowd goes crazy. Go crazy, crowd, in your way. Emojis.
Wow, good morning. I need to record that and just play that when I just go walk my dog every morning. You know how I'm going to start this, Adora. Everyone, I have 2 questions for you. If you would be kind enough to take to the chat, we're going to keep our eyes on the chat. We're going to speak some of this up. If everyone would take 1 breath, go to your chat. Is everyone ready? The first question is, why did you join the session today? Thank you, Justine. Yes. Hey, Justine. Why did you join the session today? There's no bad answers, just honest ones. Oh, I love it. To be consistent because, oh, Jimmy. Thank you, my friend. Inspiration, DMA. Yes. Yes, just sorry. Oh, golly. Okay, so we have folks that I've met with before, so that's excited. Learn and grow. Gosh, 2 of my favorite words. Build my systems. What does amazing look like? It certainly looks like this chat thread right now. This is incredible. So sent me the email to join, to see how I can help with knowledge. Okay. Woo. Oh, this is incredible. So listen, I am just a lifelong learner. I always tell my clients, don't try to go as far as you can go on what you know right now. So seeing this many people just saying, even in 40 minutes, learn something, light bulb something. I love curiosity. I love that investment. So now I'm going to follow up with question number 2. This is a bigger answer. If you think it's the same answer, I want you to get bigger. What is the best possible outcome of the next 40 minutes for you? The best possible outcome, not what's likely to happen, not what would be good enough, not the given, which is that you and I will have had a chance to engage and meet and talk. I want you to get so blue sky. What is the best possible outcome? This is where you are right now. Where do you want to be at the end of this call? Thank you, Jen. Where do you want to be at the end of this call? Clarity on executing initiatives, breakthrough for business that empowers me to action today. Is everyone feeling this? Be in this chat reading this. 5 new podcast guests. Yes. New perspective. Learn more about the people in the room. Putting into action. Next steps. This is my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing. All right. New affiliates. Yes. 3 new voiceover bookings. Yes. Okay. So this is so outcome oriented. This is wonderful to read. Completely outrageously invigorated with focus. Action, action, action. I'm about action, but not about action for action's sake. We want to see action that's deeply aligned with that blue sky. Ooh, the light butterflies are gone. Ooh, I'm loving that. Somebody just said, I'm actually looking for podcasts to be a guest on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're doing here. Make at least 2 new connections for speaking opportunities. All right. How does it feel just to speak that aloud? Did anyone experience a shift just from, you didn't speak it aloud, just from writing it? Did anyone experience a shift just from writing down that blue sky? Michelle, oh, hey, Michelle, what was the shift for you when you wrote that down?
Do you want me to say it out loud?
Yes, please. Yes.
I think the biggest shift was I've been actually one of the reasons why I came was I've just been struggling with like how do I get the word out about what I'm doing, and so part of it is that I want to offer affiliates because my whole belief is that we're raising each other mentally and financially, and that we're not doing this versus each other, but to support each other and raise all tides. So when I said the word affiliates out loud after I saw someone else write the podcast, I'm like, no, what I'm looking for is actual affiliates today to help me support what I'm doing.
All right. So I'm going to do just a tiny intro again, but Michelle, we're going to do a nice light massage of your focus. And then it just aligns with what I'm about to say. So I'm going to keep what I'm going to say very short because half of the people, it looks like, have actually met with me before. So I can't say it again enough. But for some people, this is going to be new and I need it to sink in. And then we're going to Michelle, you and I are going to sit and we're going to apply it and you're going to accelerate.
All for it.
Right now, the most important work that you're going to do to get where you're trying to go is to shift away from what you want to do and shift entirely towards what the people whose lives you're trying to change need to experience. Right now, I have 2 opportunities. I can focus on what I want to do, or I can focus on who I want to help. And who I want to help isn't with what I want to do. We want to separate those things. So as Adora mentioned, I have this interesting hybrid background, entertainment and strategic consulting on one side, and I'm a technology entrepreneur on the other. And very early in my tech career, my entire consultancy changed. And I started teaching tech best practices in these non-tech spaces in what I called analog world. Analog world has an idea. They love the idea. They run out to build the infrastructure to put that idea into reality, to birth that idea. And then they go into the world and say, hey, I can help you with my idea. Analog world is idea first. Tech world is exclusively customer first. Ideas are not the currency. Customers in the tech world have something everyone calls a pain point. I'm trying to get here. These are the things that are either getting in my way or the additional resources I need because I've got this vision. I'm trying to get here. And tech companies come in and say, oh, tell me all the reasons you can't get there. What are the obstacles I can remove? What are the resources I can provide? Because every answer to that is a potential tech solution, and that's what I monetize. I am monetizing solutions to your pain. So I don't start with an idea and bring it into the world. I start with a customer whose life I want to change. I listen to them, and then I start iterating tiny tests to see, does that solve the pain? Does that solve the pain? Does that solve the pain? And I have to be in constant dance and conversation and feedback and engagement with the customer so that I can understand, 1, what is the pain they're going through? And 2, because we're constantly engaged, is the little tiny thing I just tried solving their problem. So I want you to switch from idea orientation to solution orientation. And we're going to put it on its feet right now with Michelle, because this is a perfect example of a tiny shift she's going to make. Your original statement was, how, I'm looking for affiliates. I want to get this out to help people. Now I'm in my idea orientation. And what does idea start with? I. Right now, this is about me and my idea. So we're just going to do our little 3-step exercise. Michelle, if your idea is wildly successful, whose life have you changed? Give me an example of someone whose life has changed because of this idea that you have.
The overwhelmed mom who just feels like she has no time and space for what she's doing. And so the idea, what we're offering is to help her. Nope.
I didn't ask
okay.
anything about your offerings. Do you see how much you want to shift to that offering?
Yes, I
Pick
do.
up that
I do.
offering, put a bow around it, because that was a beautiful articulation of your customer. Say it again. An overwhelmed mom. Keep going. I want to make sure I hear it.
An overwhelmed mom who just feels that she doesn't have any time and space to do any of the things that she desires to do.
And if you have solved her problem, tell me what she is now experiencing on a daily basis. What does amazing look like for her thanks to you? What's your vision? I just want to understand where she's trying to go in your mind.
In my mind, she's trying to go to a place where time isn't, she doesn't feel this pressureness of busyness, but she's able to structure her time so it's more around the things that she enjoys doing, that she's joyful about what she's doing for herself, and not just serving her family, but that she's able to really realize what her calling is and getting her message out while being a role model for her kids.
Sorry, I just heard something interesting, calling and message. So you're trying to give her kind of her own initiative, her own space of empowerment and agency, not just, I want to take a bath, Calgon, take me away, right? Okay, I'm hearing that. So that's your vision. Tell me about some of the customer conversations you've had with overwhelmed moms, and what do they say they're trying to get to 12 months from now?
12 months from now, they want a business that grows from their heart, that they want something that they can actually put some heart into, but that's actually returning some financial gain as well, and not just that they're feeling like they're overwhelmed in time and space, not to be able to put time into their family as well as their business.
Okay, so now I have an even more specific one. Overwhelmed mompreneurs. You want to serve moms who are building businesses. All right. When you've talked to your customers, what is it? Let's say 2 things. What are 2 frictions that are preventing them from, I'm going to say, are you seeking to help them launch the business or manage a business that they ran and then had kids and now there's friction? Because those are very different experiences. Where's your heart?
My heart is with the mom who has a message and has no idea what to do with it.
So they haven't launched yet.
And they feel kind of lost in motherhood. And they might be in the beginning part of it, but they're missing the clarity of what they actually want to do. And that's where
I'm getting even more specificity. So you're helping overwhelmed moms launch businesses without sacrificing momhood, but getting a piece of themselves and their footprint in the world. So they're at the beginning of this journey. What are 2 things that you stated that get in the way of that?
Just time. One thing is they feel that they don't have any time, and so they're so lost in the busyness of the kids' activities and things, thinking that they have to put everyone else in front of themselves is one of the biggest frictions. And the other friction is just the confidence to think that they have the confidence and clarity to realize that they can actually do this.
So that's a resource you need to add. You need to build confidence, and then a friction, a goal, an obstacle you need to remove, is having the time to do that. All right. I know you have one idea of how you're going to do that, which is it's a podcast. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I do have a podcast, yes, but that
what was the idea? What was the product?
The idea was there is a workshop for self-care this Friday, and so it's more realizing
Don't tell me the product. It's
no,
a
okay,
workshop. It's a workshop.
Workshop.
All right. Is the workshop supposed to give them time or build their confidence?
Both.
So you're adding another thing to the schedule is actually increasing friction on this side.
Okay. That's true.
So we're gonna separate that. That's an inherent clash. You want me to find more time to do that. So that messaging, you've got to overcome the objection of, hey, don't have time to start your business as a busy mom? Come spend time at my workshop.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've got friction. Does that resonate for you?
Yes, very much so.
Which is very different from, I know you don't have time, but you're telling me you need confidence. So you've got to solve for the time thing while messaging more heavily on the resource you're providing. Right? So
Yeah.
I would, the media, take a look at my product. How long is that workshop you want them to give up time for?
4 hours.
Ma'am, what?
4 hours.
Do you hear it?
Yep, I do.
I want you to immediately pivot into something that addresses the pain point of the customer. Like off your toes. How can you immediately pivot and solve the problem without adding to the friction?
You'd ask the tough questions, DMA. Um, through community, that it's really about the time and space that we get through community to really figure out what we need. And the only way to do that is to be with other women who are going through that as well.
But that wasn't a pain point they expressed to you. So do you see what I'm saying? The clarity you have, first of all, let me just say, you went and did your customer homework. What in the world? You are answering these questions. I'm going to pitch something, and this is a wild pitch. It's only as an example. I would absolutely say I would be pitching the 5-minute mompreneur.
I am pitching the 15-minute mompreneur, and so the podcast, everything is 15 minutes or less.
Do you see the difference between that and the 4-hour workshop?
Yes, I do.
Where are we going to go?
Everything, you're right, because everything else has been in that format. And I even switched, my podcast used to be 30 minutes. I just reformatted in the last last 2 months to be 15 minutes or less. And so
And
really
are you heavily messaging that it's because I know you are busy?
Yes.
But that doesn't make your dreams any smaller. It just means my content got smaller because I love you guys. Listen to you hurriedly, and I would honestly, I would snack it down to 5. I would snack it down to 5.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Any other thoughts or questions on that?
Well, that's kind of everything that I've been, I mean, I've kept it at the 15-minute mark or less, trying to make sure that I know that mom time, once you hit 20 minutes, I've been listening and paying attention. And once you hit 20 minutes, it's too much, but 15 minutes seems to be the sweet spot. So even the courses and everything that, in terms of creating is like a 1 to 5 minute video, but implementation of like what they're doing 15 minutes or less to make sure it's on mom time.
Okay. And just so I'm understanding, why did you decide to do the 4-hour workshop? What data informed that, just so I can have that?
I guess I don't have a good, I was trying to provide something once a month to bring the gathering to really cement some of the stuff so that was like just one time a month. It wasn't very often, but to really still bring the community piece into it so that they were getting the connection. Because I worked with Brianne and we did a 2-day one, which I took the feedback from the 2-day, which was the summit that we talked about.
Yes, ma'am.
And from those 2 days, what I got was, it was very good information. They were glad they came, but at the same time, it was too much. So then I try to synthesize it down. So it was just once a month, part of the membership, that we're just doing the 4 hours so they could plan for it ahead of time. They were still getting the community aspect and feeling part of it, that it was only one time because the 2-day was too much. Even though the information was really good, that was the feedback I was taking from that experience.
Got it. Okay. So I would say that you're doing a lot of beautiful work here because you're listening, you're trying to adapt, you're testing. The market is giving you possibly the answer already. If you're not getting a response to the 4-hour workshop, then you're still hearing it's too much, right? And so, snack is 5 minutes, right? Like, so you might give a 5-minute option versus a 15-minute option, but it sounds like you're solving for community, but it's not yet completely clear all the ways that those folks can experience community that, can I do it in 5 minutes? I'm totally making that up. So this might be an opportunity to go back to some of the customers who were delighted and just say, I know that community came up, talk to me about how you're feeling at the end of a community experience in this space. And you're going to go with their outcome, and then you're going to come back with a product that is snackable, that delivers the outcome. Right? I will give you an example of something. Yeah, snackables, everything. This was a company I consulted at many, many years ago, and it was a very siloed company, and there was a lot of just tension. And so, and its production, it was very, very manic. So there's no time to like, okay, let's go off and do some trust building exercises. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just went and put a board up in the break room, and we got crafts, stickies and stickers and markers and blah, 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 blah. And I literally just put a complimentary note up about someone who had cleaned like a coffee pot with stickers and blah, 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 blah. And by the end of the week, it was just filled with people saying nice things about their coworkers. And do you see what I'm saying? Snackable. You could do that in 60 seconds. It was anonymous, but it was a way for people to realize, wait, people do see me. They do like me. They do appreciate me. And I don't necessarily need big formal infrastructure for that to happen.
Okay.
MVP, minimum viable product. What is the smallest thing I can do in the next 30 days to see if I'm solving your problem? And then you build from there.
Okay.
Really, just Michelle, this is amazing. This is amazing. I'm so proud. Just thank you so much. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I've learned so much from you, and I've really been taking it, and I've actually done some networking where we've been using the vision of the 12 months and using your 2 questions to format the meetings. And I haven't changed the questions. I want them every 2 weeks to see the changes that they're making. Are they, and then so when they go into the networking room, they're really talking about what is their vision. And then I've even ran it through ChatGPT so that we put them based on have them fill out a form. So we put them in the breakout rooms based on what they want to work on. So it's trying to make that as succinct as possible based on your 2 questions, and
I
just
love it.
keeping that so that they're keeping their visions in mind and seeing if they're leading the gaps, and then celebrating the parts when they are making some of those gaps.
I love
So
it. Okay,
I've been taking it all in, DMA.
I mean, this could not be more rewarding, and I want to just to repeat to contextualize what I said earlier, and Michelle just reiterated for anyone for whom this is new. When you are trying to move to your next step, the next step is never internally, what do I want to do with my idea? It is always, well, who are the people I was trying to serve with this idea? Let me go have a conversation with those customers and ask them, what does amazing look like? Where are you trying to be 12 months from now? The 12 months isn't a limiter. It's to give them scope. It's just to give them a way to answer a question. What is getting in the way of your getting there? Or what resources? So what do I need to remove? Or what additional do you need? What resources can I add to get you there? Those 3 questions are the questions that solve the problems. People ask me what I do. I say I help people solve the problem, because it doesn't matter what the problem is. The reason it's not being solved usually is because we've gotten mired in process. This is how I want to solve the problem. And the process becomes the thing, right? I want to have a film festival. I want to hold a fundraising dinner. I want to, whatever it is. And then the accomplishment of the process becomes the entirety of my success story, as opposed to, did that thing actually deliver the outcome I thought I got into business to do? Adora, thoughts before we move on?
No, it's so good. Great to see her growth. I want to see in the chat
Absolutely
if it's
incredible.
already opening something for you in your own conversation and dialogue. If you're getting an aha, go ahead and put it in the chat. You help other people get breakthroughs. It's great feedback. Yes, wonderful. Yeah, it's so good to think about. We get momentum around how we're going to solve the problem, and we get our own ideas. I heard you even coaching Michelle about, great, that's your vision for them. But what are they saying? That's your vision, that they take initiative. And it reminds me to look at, what are our members saying? What do they want in the next 12 months? So I know we have about 25 more minutes here with our group. Those of you that are members, DMA will be back with us Thursday for all hot seat coaching. Yes, for an hour. So you'll want to be ready. We will have some networking here today after DMA. And so hang in for that, because you can already see there are great people in the room. I saw some great networking on the sidelines. I'm going to ask you to hold that just for a little bit until we go into networking, and to stay in this conversation, because it really is, this is the level of conversation that cost 6 figures a month for many companies, and you're getting it right now. So I'm going to request you do what you want, but I don't want to miss it. And I want the most attention here if possible so that we can honor what's happening. All right. Wonderful. Back to you, DMA.
I was looking at the networking also and saying this is extremely product first. So who is the person? Can we talk to the person who is, I don't want to scroll back up, who's looking for podcast guests? We're being very product first. I just want to ask some questions here.
That's
Make
just
sure.
Did I say that right? Here we go. Look, I got it.
It's Koch like scotch.
Oh,
Hello.
Bring her up. Bring her up.
Okay, Jessica, just give me a bit of a baseline.
Well, actually, I only put that in there because you asked what did we want to achieve from today, and I love.
Yes, I saw it. Yes,
I love featuring amazing individuals that help improve someone's personal life or grow their business on our podcast, and we've been running it for 9 years now. We've interviewed over 1,000 industry experts globally, and it's a way for me to learn about amazing humans. So. For me, that's why I put that as a goal. And then people directly asked, how do I do that? So I was trying to be polite and answer. So sorry if I
It is polite. No. I would have stopped it.
What happened? I have no idea what just
yeah.
happened. Does anyone know why we just went through that explanation? What are we dealing with right now?
Let me just make it really clear. No, I love that you guys were networking and there was no offense or anything like that. I would have jumped in and stopped it if I had any challenge. I know you were answering. I just was making a request going forward because we do have networking.
Sure.
You're great.
Yeah, I do like to try to stay present in the moment also. So I appreciate the what your sentiment was. So thank you for that.
Okay. I'm going to give 2 amazing communication tips that are just glorious as we all work with each other and with other folks. When someone asks you a yes or no question, the absolute best first answer is yes or no. And when someone asks you a literal question, the absolute best first answer is the literal answer to the question, and then contextualize after. Yes? All right, let's bring Jessica back. Bring
I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, can we spotlight Jessica Koch like scotch? Okay, Jessica, you've had a podcast for 9 years, from what I'm understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And you are booking guests. Do you have any trouble at all booking guests, or is it pretty easy to get guests to come on the show?
No, it's been wonderful. I'm very spiritual and tied into the energy of the universe, and I've had just amazing humans come into the show. So
when you said the best possible outcome would be 5 podcast guests, tell me why.
Oh, because this is a brand new group for me, and this is five new people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. Justine introduced me to the group, told me how amazing it was. I came to pop in and check it out, and for me, the best outcome is always to meet new and amazing people impacting the world. So,
and this time next year, if you have had truly the most amazing year you have had in this professional focus, or possibly in your life, tell me one thing that's happened that is now taking it from, oh, that was a great year, to amazing. What does amazing look like for you this time next year?
Well,
I'm going to stop you. That's not amazing. Anything that's that, baby, nope. Amazing, Jessica. Amazing. Can't believe I have been gifted this from the universe.
Think about it for a minute.
I want you to.
So I think amazing for me is continuing to do work with the passive revenue and investing community that I've been working in. We're doing a big money gratitude event, and creative investing, passive revenue, and residual revenue is the topic, and it has really been changing my life. My husband and I both own our own companies. We have 7 kids and 9 grandchildren, and we're building legacy. And in that, I've met all
You're giving me a lot of detail.
People.
Amazing. Does
Mhm.
amazing look like you have $1 billion? Does amazing look like you are done working and can go out and volunteer, in countries? What does amazing look like? I want you to release, this is a very controlled response you keep giving me. Amazing, please. Tears, can't believe this happened to me. Amazing.
Amazing looks like the companies are still running, but we're not running them, and we're doing a lot more traveling, and I'm launching and releasing the first historical fiction novel in the series of 7 that I'm writing. So that would be an incredible, amazing way to end the year.
All right. You're writing a series of 7 historical fiction novels.
Yes.
The companies are self-sustaining and
Mhm.
funding the life that you have been steadily building towards.
Mhm.
What is one thing that if you had it right now would move you closer to that outcome?
One thing. One of our very many investments we have right now to yield $2 million. And that's actually not a far-fetched opportunity or possibility in the next year. So one of those investments to actually full bloom to a $2 million point would make all of that really possible for us.
And when you're looking in the world of investments, are there any levers or any actions you have control over to increase that particular yield?
Actually, there are more things I could possibly do to support it. Getting the word out more about some of these companies would be helpful. I think helping them achieve their goal. So tapping more into my own community to share that, because I don't do that as well as I could. And then continuing, I think what I'm doing, I really believe, I feel very much peace. I'm on the right track, is having more relationships about other investing opportunities and other things that are working, and putting our money into multiple places. I really believe in having diverse
Yes.
activity. And I'm excited about that, because the more I ask about it, the more new things I learn about. And it's very thrilling and exciting, and things that can yield very quickly and change our life this year. So I think continuing that track.
I mean, I think continuing, we're going to keep, because that's already working. You've got data, but I'm hearing the opportunity to add that the levers you can kind of pull on that investment space. What would it look like for you to do that? And why are you not doing it? Is it a time suck? Is it like, tell me,
No,
where did that
it
go
would
in
be very
priority?
simple. There's no in me thinking about this question. I already have all the resources. I have 100 virtual assistants at my disposal. I build custom AI task agents for clients. I just need to build in the funnel system and automation and outsource to one of my team heads the project of expanding that communication and that reach to my community, and put that in place. So
And what is preventing that from happening right now?
well, there is nothing preventing it. I just haven't done it.
That's the question I'm asking. Something's preventing it, or you would have done it.
Well, I don't know. I guess I hadn't taken the time to step back, look at it from that perspective, plan, think about it. So
I'm going to give you one of my, favorite quotes by Robert Galt. We are kept by our goal, not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. So today, however you are tracking and managing your priorities, you've got systems that are humming.
I do.
Right? Add one thing to that system. And in tech, it's literally called the one thing, right? So if I hold everything constant and I change one thing today, one thing this month, one thing this year, what is that thing that will move me the furthest, the fastest? And for you, that one thing that you're going to add into your playbook, you're going to systematize with this other stuff, is the focus on this lever that could deliver the most impactful outcomes for you in the next 12 months. So your systems are humming, you're going to shift one thing, and that would be the thing to focus on. What are your thoughts thinking about that and implementing that?
It's exciting, and I have some good direction for the team meeting I'll be having later this evening with my VAs.
I look forward to reading your novels.
So that we can build this
I
out.
look forward to being on a beach with your novel 2 years from now.
You will be. You will be. So thank you.
I love it.
I
love
did
it.
not expect this when Justine introduced me to be in the hot seat. Although I am an Italian mother of 7 kids and 9 grandkids, so I often find myself in the spotlight by accident or on purpose.
Okay, nonna, parli italiano.
Yeah, Nana. I'm a young hot Nana. I'm sticking to it.
Hey, glamour. Yes, Justine. We are kept from our goal, not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. That's still part of process orientation. Jessica, thank you so much. That was extremely courageous of you. Thoughts or questions that was a great share. Thoughts or questions from Jessica about what you're hearing from Jessica, you guys? Glamour, yes, I can't even take credit. That's Abbott Elementary all the way. That's Barbara. All right, I'm coming back to you, Miss Adora. I know that I'm just being mindful of our time. So what do we want to do some Q&A and then I'll do a wrap up?
Yes, we have about 5. What do we have, JK, in about 5 minutes?
Okay, I see
3.
Karen. 3, let's do it. We have at least one answer to one question. I see Karen has a hand up. Oh, Karen, your hair is fabulous.
Thank you, darling. I love this. This conversation has been so amazing. And what stuck with me as a result of this last conversation is that quote that you said: we're kept from our goals not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. And honey, those lesser goals are so shiny and so available now. And they are just like and my mind is all day. My mind has been spinning because there are very few days that I don't have a lot of things scheduled. Today was one of those days, and I just have not known what to do. So I've been spinning until this program came up, and I was like, oh, Andrea said be here. Okay, I'm here. But Lord knows what happens after this. So my question is, how do I get clarity?
Oh, no.
No, don't do that. Don't focus on an important thing. What do I do? Tell me. How?
It totally froze. How do you what?
Okay. What about now, Florida?
Yep.
It's the rain. It's coming. How do I get clarity and set my intentions so that I'm focusing on what's most important and not just spinning? Because I've got so many interests, and they're all like right now related to voiceover and stuff. But I could be calling potential clients. I could be sending people invitations to this thing. So I'm doing all of it as opposed to just like scheduling my day and saying I could be doing auditions inside, but I like to be outside. So yeah, help me.
Here's the framework. I part of my strategic practice, I use what's called the Eisenhower matrix. If anyone's heard of it, I'm going to keep it nice and simple for you, right? So you've got, ideally a Korgi board filled with stuff you could be doing. You must ask yourself the same question. This time next year, what does amazing look like? Not what's everything I'm working towards. What plate I would be happy with if I could land it? What does amazing look like? Articulate it, envision it, write it down, capture it. And when you're looking at the big pile of to-dos, you're going to hold them to 2 standards. What is urgent? And this is where we get trapped in Western thought. Urgency, the tyranny of urgency, someone once said, and I fell in love with the phrase. We'll just do anything if there's a deadline on it. But we have to add, per the Eisenhower matrix, what is also important. And importance is defined by that blue sky. Importance isn't defined by the opportunity. You've got to walk in integrity to amazing. You've got to walk in integrity with the blue sky. So if you're saying, I am going to be living off the money my money makes and writing romance novels, then I got to be about, when I look at the board, what's going to help my money make the most money in the next 12. And do you see how instantly clear it was? What is the one thing I'm going to do? So the first thing is hold everything accountable, not just to urgency, but to importance. And everything that's urgent and important goes first, followed by everything that's important, not everything that's urgent. If it doesn't feed important, baby, shove it down the list. You will start generating a response from the universe that just accelerates and accelerates and accelerates that outcome, because what we focus on ignites. You've got to articulate important, and then you'll prioritize by deadlines or by what has to be done before I can do this, before I can do this. I want you to get those Korgi cards and start dragging and dropping them by order of urgency and combined importance. And then the second part of execution is you do one thing at a time. Hold everything constant in your Manic Mondays, and you change one thing at a time. And that's going to give you momentum, but it's also going to give you data. If I do this one thing, does it give me the result that I thought it was going to give me before I build all of this infrastructure around the decision that this is the thing that's going to get me there? No. You do one thing at a time, you test, you listen, you look, you observe, and then you say, ooh, that worked. I'm going to do more of that, or that was kind of a dud. I need to understand better why it didn't work. All right. I think we have time for one more question. We have Justine. Hi, Justine.
Trying to come on.
Oh, you muted. There you are.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to touch anything. It just took a minute. Hello, DMA, amazing. And, you know, I have been using this with one-on-one clients, and it stops them dead in their tracks. And I love that, because they kind of like stumble. But when I really laser focus in on them, it's just brilliant. Now, here's my question. I'm starting to work with a group called Laughter Works. We're bringing mindfulness and laughter into corporate wellness. I've been asked to be like the main help close deals and sell, and also be a fun facilitator. So now when I'm working with corporate, I've got a whole different audience, and how do I start approaching these same questions with corporate wellness programs? You know, so we're talking about a different audience that I've got to appeal to an HR person, a salesperson, a sales team rep.
I mean, the main question is to understand what the goals of the corporate wellness program. They're going to talk to you about the implementation. These are all the things that but you're going to be in the why. How long is this program going on? What was the vision for this program? And this time next year, if you've had the most amazing year of this program, what's happened? It's still the same questions, but it's couched in the corporate vision, not in an individual's vision.
Okay. And then the questions for the person who's going to buy us, that's where I'm finding their pain point, finding what's not working in their corporate wellness program.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
What's their vision? What's the friction? What's the ad? Somewhere in there are your sales talking points. And of course is the solution. And that's what's so delightful. I just wanted to say that if anyone has, I'm at planetdma.com. I'll put a link in there as well. If you guys, I have a free e-course called, ebook called Shift. That's kind of the baby version of this that will ask you these questions and get you thinking. And if you sign up there, you'll also be added to the mailing list for What Does Amazing Look Like, which is the kind of the full offering that's coming later. And I'm just so invested in aha. So if you want to start with a baby step, Shift is free. You can download it. You can edit the PDF, or you can print it, do what you will. But there's lots of good spark questions in there for you to start shifting the way you approach. So I hope it's helpful.
Oh, that was amazing. Everybody show your love in the chat. Jessica, it was great to meet you on the hot seat like that. Brand new to our community. Thank you so much for all that you stand for. I can't wait for your book, What Does Amazing Look Like? And we will go grab Shift and have the snack version of it, as you called it, right now. And those of you that are members or become members, Thursday will be with DMA again at our 11 a.m. And we're looking forward to it. So thank you so much, DMA. We appreciate you, so grateful. I watched the replay. So awesome. So you've been invited here to the Diva Network. We are committed to bringing leaders, visionary leaders, sharing resources and rising together. We're going to play a quick intro to what is the Diva Network, as well as what is our membership offering. And then right on the other side of that, you will go into breakout rooms where you'll get to network with each other. And we'll explain the questions that you ask inside of there, but that is where you get to meet other people. Everybody who didn't get to meet Jessica or didn't get to connect with Justine or didn't get that product trial or didn't even get to share what you'd like to ask for and give, you'll have the opportunity to do that inside of breakout rooms. So hold with us. JKN, if you'll take over from here. Something really powerful happened when I got together with other driven women in a fun environment. I say it was like a glitter party, and everybody's business started exploding. The Diva Network or Dining Empire had 1 TV show, then grew to 2, then now Texas, Florida, California, New York got new distribution, and every businesswoman in there experienced some sort of expansion. So what inspired me to open the Diva Network is we wanted to bring more women along with us. So many driven entrepreneurs, especially women, drive alone, or they're out there networking with great men and women. I wanted to give them the same access to the most incredible who's, to the environment of camaraderie, joy, play, and to the opportunity to show up at filmings, to the opportunity to get to network together, to get access to funding, to distribution, to podcasts, to stages, because I know that the bubble I live in, no matter how magnificent, it's limited to my culture, my perspective, the cultures that I've been exposed to. So I'm looking forward to learning from and connecting with these different women, but also I really believe diva, driven and inspiring, visionary, authentic leaders, that's not limited to a race, a location, a certain identity. And actually, when we come together and we rise together globally, I think we're all going to go faster and further. And so for community members, what this means is countries that they've had an interest in doing business in. It's going to be powerful, but globally, for women globally, I believe that we're going to be a part of this incredible movement where women are showing the world how we move. And when we're in collaboration and generosity, when we're collaborating versus competing, what happens for the planet? And I think there's going to be explosive. Women are designed differently. We access both sides of our brain simultaneously, which means we bring more empathy, more connection, more creativity to our thinking. So when you get a room full or a community full of powerful, entrepreneurial, visionary women, it's just outrageous that they really started being seen again and again, because we believe here that over every technique, over every technology, that it is who, not how, who, not what, is we don't gatekeep. We bring our top resources and we consistently, weekly put people in rooms where we're not only having them collaborate, but we're measuring what results are you creating? Because if you're just in there praying and spraying and giving out all your pitches, that's not going to create long-term relationship. And most people just don't know how. Whenever you get a bunch of women together, there's this sisterhood. And if you do love glamour, then it bonds you in a different way when you're talking about wardrobe and you're able to share in those things that. And it also raises credibility with potential audience, because most of us at some level love that lifestyle. There wouldn't be so many award shows, so many galas, so many things like that. So what I love about ours though is the way it feels. That when you're there, it doesn't feel cliquish, it doesn't feel standoffish. It's very much about community, and yet we still get that glamour. Having the right mentor can be the deal maker or breaker. And if you ever succeed and get your business off the ground in the first place, let alone to thriving. So having mentors that can collapse time, break through the noise is number one. And we bring the top mentors, and we are regularly in mentorship. And so we're measuring results as well. So you set what is your next most inspiring cut in your business, and then you're surrounded by people that are holding you accountable and playing at the same level of excellence, which is why we have people going into Africa. It's why we have 2 women that have now created an $8,000 a month government guaranteed contract that could go to millions, because we're actually being accountable. It's not pie in the sky. It's not a bunch of confusion. It's mentors that can cut the clutter, clarify where you're going, keep us inspired, and what's next, instead of the doubts, the fears, the maybe I'm not enough, maybe they're better than I am. We have these opportunities. You can come in and bring where you're stuck, and they'll hot seat and coach you through it. And then you also have the frameworks. So as a community, you mastermind every single week. We have one session focused on masterminding exactly where you're stuck, and the community gets around you. So you will not stay there long, that are powerful leaders that have been dreaming and writing down the exact same vision, and they did not have enough resources to create it at the scale that we're seeing it. And what it has made me realize is that the Diva Network is not Adora's vision alone. It is, but I have put a microphone and we have a team together for this shared vision. There are dreamers all around the world dreaming the exact same vision, and we're meant to lock arms and lead this all together as visionary leaders. It will not be done alone by me. It'll be done by all the shared dreamers that have already been seeing this or catch the vision, leading powerfully and collaborating.
Believe company culture is important to an organization.
All right, guys, I was breaking up. So we've got Ali Madawi coming up now. Thank you for your patience and some of that in between, but I think you caught some of the vision, right? Let me know if you caught some of the vision. You only have till 1 blocked. All right. We have about 30 minutes to go with some networking. So Elise, I'm glad you caught the vision. So what is it to become a Diva Network member? And then we'll go into networking. So who wants to know what it is to become a member? Put it in the chat. Some of you are already members. You want the quick version. I'm gonna wait to see if anyone wants to know. I'm gonna wait. Yes, yes. Okay, yes. All right. All right, so we have a couple of paths to membership right now. The people in the pink banner, I think we have Ali up here now, and he would love to.
Ali's been here the whole time. I think
right.
just you're spotted. So I don't.
All
I
right,
don't know
let's
if,
spotlight Ali.
show my beautiful face. My
Show
wife
his
says I'm handsome.
face.
Hey, what's going on, ladies? What's going on, divas? What's going on, the men who support them? Yeah, I'm super excited. Adora, I'm bringing you here with me. I see a lot of yeses. Did you want me to just kind of give a fast forward version of what it takes to kind of get involved? You ladies, okay if I share a little bit of why you need to be part of the Diva Network? Yeah, real quick. I'll just tell you the best part of it, and you can definitely can have some conversations afterward with the person who referred you. So let me share my screen because I like to share my screen. Can I share my screen? Do I have permission? I was taught a long time ago, you always have to ask for permission before you do anything. So this is me asking for permission. All right, ladies, and you're going to hear me say ladies because the Diva Network is for you. The women who run the world, make the world a better place, is for my friends and sisters, for my wife and my daughter, for my mom and my aunts and my stepmom and all the women who are amazing all over the world, but also the men who support them like myself. So I am an advocate, a sponsor, a support, a loud mouth for you ladies. Want to make sure that you have all that you need. Not that you need me, but I'm just in love with the ability to contribute and collaborate a little bit into your journey. So I want to talk to you first and foremost about the Founders Pack. And the reason the Founders Pack, first and foremost, it's limited to the first 1,000 founders. So right now, I believe we are heading towards that 10 to 15% capacity. Once we get to 1,000, this gets removed. It will be replaced with something else. But what you're seeing in here right now is not going to be available beyond 1,000. And you may say, well, why? Because we are a for-profit company and we want to make sure that we pay the bills, right? We want to make sure that we take care of you. And obviously, this is our way of saying thank you for being with us since the very, very beginning. And though we've been running at it since November, this is still the very early formation phase. All right, let's talk about it. Everything that I'm going to share with you is available for you, and it is for a limited time. So first and foremost, who amongst us would like to be featured in the Diva Members Wallet, where you are part of this community, this list of businesses or brands that we can educate and make available for all of the world of the Diva Network. And when I say world, we are global already. Diva Preferred Resources. This is not because we're hoarding information for one individual versus another, but just some people are just ready for specific resources to elevate their brand and their business to the next level. And that's what we have dedicated it in here. Lifetime annual fee with no future price increase. Now, what does that mean? See, that price that you're seeing right now is extremely reduced. As a matter of fact, the monthly version of this price has lesser options, and it comes down to about $224 more per year. So I am focused on this specifically because I know it's the most valuable and it's almost like a steal. So lifetime annual fee for no future price increase. That means this price point right in here forever and ever is locked in for you, while the new package is probably going to be a little bit more than what you're looking at. First access. Hold on a second. Reserved seating at events. I love reserved seating. See, I'm not a nosebleed kind of a person. I want courtside. I want to be treated like royalty, right? And I mean, I don't know about you. Who wouldn't want that? So when you are in the Diva Network and we have events, there will be a section for founding members only. That's right. The best of the best. Of course, first access to all escape trips. So as we have these hosted escape trips, and we have one coming up in September, you got first dibs, first opportunity to be part of the escape trips because it is usually limited to a certain amount of individuals. First access to all Diva live events. Again, any major events, you always have first movers advantage. Incentive Marketing Academy. Let me pause there for a second. Fortune 100 companies use incentive-based marketing. You go to McDonald's, as bad as it is when they do the Monopoly thing for free fries or free gifts or free earnings or whatever, right? You have a T-Mobile because of T-Mobile Tuesday. You have Prime because of the 2-day free delivery. And I can go on and on and on and on and on. So you will be taught and you will learn exactly how you can use those vacations and the incentive trips that you can give away to attract people for a business, just like a Fortune 100 company. And imagine giving away a value gift that's worth $5,000 literally every time somebody wants to do business with you. You think that'll get you a little bit of business, whatever business that may be? Absolutely. 1 year all access pass to Dining Empire TV show and app. See, Again, hello, founding members. You get first dibs at these events. You're going to want to show off and let everybody know that you were part of a potential taping, or, hey, these are my partners. And of course, giving you a full access is pretty exciting. And to showcase that we have an app as well is pretty awesome. Founders only Zoom. Now, that's my division in my department. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may take 30 seconds to brag a little, I've been able to help companies go public. I've been able to do about $2 billion of sales. I speak 6 international languages, and I've done business in 5 continents. I tell you that not to tell you clap for me. That is what's available for you. So if we get to work together in the Founders Only Zoom, we get to work at a higher level, and I share everything with you. And no, I don't charge you anything beyond what you're seeing in here that goes to the Diva Network. And a lot of it goes right back to you, dear founders. And I'll show you exactly what I mean with that. The Diva Talk, which is a bold 10-minute opportunity to drop your message, make an impact, and leave them wanting more, like chicken nugget from KFC. What I mean by that, you are going to have your own moment, like a TED Talk, and it goes to the whole community. And of course, it's a visibility opportunity for you. Private founders only mastermind event with celebrity entrepreneurs. We've done these already, but there's more to come. We've had billionaires, we've had Academy Award winners, we've had major artists, singers, you name it, you think of them, they're going to be with us. And, imagine you get to ask your hottest of hot questions. How did you? How could you? When would you? What are the secrets? And then you get those answers from those individuals. Of course, be featured in the Diva Experience podcast. Let me pause for a second and ask you and answer me in the chat. If I can guarantee you placements on Spotify, would you want to be on? iHeartRadio, would you want to be on? Audible.com, Apple Music, Amazon Music. Would that be something that matters to you? That is exclusively for our founders, because when I Google your first and last name, all I see is your Instagram, your Facebook, and LinkedIn, and maybe whatever funnel that's out there. But after the show, and your name is part of the show, you start coming up. That gives you credibility. And yes, we'll give you the link. So in your website, whatever website that you have for yourself, you can put those little widgets featured in Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and it goes right to your episode, giving you exciting visibility as well. Recorded training will always be featured in school and available to you. How amazing is that? I mean, don't you think that is loaded? You and I have spent more than $1,147 on one-day events. We spent more than that on a single course. We spent more than that on a mastermind. And you have a year of everything that I just shared with you and all of the deliverables. Are you not entertained? Yes. So it is limited. Now you know why it's limited for the first 1,000 people. Now, for those who may say, but 1147 is a little tough. Well, look, there is an option which we call VIP. It has a few lesser features from the founders, because again, the founders are most prestigious, and we wanted to load it up to show our gratitude for those who are with us since the foundation. But as VIP, you're gonna have a lot of what I shared with you thus far. It is monthly, but just keep in mind that $112 times 12 months, it comes to an additional $224 compared to the founder, which is $1,147, and a lot more in it. So you do your math, get in where you fit in. Matter of fact, I'm going to even show you an opportunity, even if you get started at the monthly option, where you can refer others in our affiliate model and earn income, and you can use that income to upgrade to founders. Just don't sleep on it and wait until we are out of the 1,000 that are available. Of course, I want you to have nothing more but greatness. The deliverables are second to none. And of course, these individuals that I am blessed and honored to even be mentioned amongst these peers is a privilege for me. So these celebrity guests and the pillar partners that we have are bringing all of their multi-billion dollars of conglomerates in the Diva Network to educate, to help, assist, and you get it all for that one unique price. Now, I've mentioned an affiliate referral reward that's available. This is where you can refer other individuals who are like you or better, other individuals who are looking to create more visibility, other individuals who lack credibility, other individuals that no one knows who they are or why they should bother to do business with them, other individuals who would like to travel the world at a fraction of a cost, other individuals who want to have an incentive-based marketing system that they can attract to their, I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. But the bottom line is we're willing to give back back 50% of every dollar that comes in. You heard that right. You talk about joint ventures out there. I've never been in a joint venture that was more than 10%, right? So here you got a potential opportunity to partner up with the Diva Network, get all these deliverables, and anytime you refer a single individual, you're going to make 40% or whatever it is that they are going to start with. So if they do the annual, there's $400 that comes your way. If they do the monthly, there's $40 that comes your way. Now, if they go on and refer another person, this is not network marketing, not multi-tiers, just tier 1 and tier 2, you still make $100 on the annual and $10 on the monthly. Now, keep in mind, this is paid instantly on annual and monthly membership. Monthly memberships create residual income. Every month their payment goes through again, you get paid again and again and again. You can use credit cards or debit cards, or you can fund your wallet with BNB or swap for Tether USDT. We have tutorials and a support team that is on standby to help you set up your wallet. Now, while we have no involvement or we're no sponsorship or no recommendation to any of the wallets themselves, we personally, a lot of us use MetaMask just because it's the simplest one to use in this side. On the other side of the world, a lot of people use Trust Wallet, SafePal, or Token Pocket. You do your own due diligence and use whichever is right for you. You must have a crypto wallet to receive commissions. The reason is this is a decentralized smart contract on the blockchain. So if you want that instant pay, you need to be on the actual crypto wallet. So just make sure that you can start with a credit card or you can start with a crypto wallet, but just ask if you need help. We have tutorials and we have a team that is on standby. Please join us today. Get back to the person who invited you so you too can get started and change your life forever. Now with that, I'm going to get myself out of the way. I look forward to collaborating and working with each and every one of you. And I'm going to give the torch back to the queen of manifestation herself, the one that showed me how to love no matter what, no matter the objections, no matter the obstacles. You can become whatever you desire and you wish for. And she is the visionary, the queen herself, Adora Crystal Evans. Back to you, sis.
Thank you so much. You guys give it up for Ali. I don't know if you noticed that the video was kind of shaky, so he just jumped in and went, I'll do it live. It was amazing. We're learning, we're on the fly together, and we're pivoting together. And what an honor. You know, Christine and I wouldn't know each other. We wouldn't have Jimmy. We wouldn't have you. We wouldn't have this network as it is without you introducing us. So thank you so much. Thank you.
God is good. Appreciate you all.
You guys, we promised networking time and you're going to get that. And next week you'll get even more of that. And those of you that are members, you get a full hour of that Thursday. So JKN is going to open up the networking rooms. We're going to have Sheila put in the chat the questions that you are going to ask, all right, and how you'll answer. So basically, you introduce yourself briefly. You share what has moved the needle in your business or life the most. This is Russell Brunson shared this with us a long time ago. What has moved the needle? This year, generosity, your give. Maybe it was AI. Maybe it was joining the Diva Network. Maybe it was, you know, saying no to one project, but this is your generosity. You're going to tell a little bit about your business. And then the main thing is, what is your ask? What are you asking for? You want to get on more stages. You need product testers and video reviews. I know we've got a Diva cast member, business owner in the room that is desiring that. And then leave time to receive then. So this isn't, you shouldn't have more to do. You should leave with real connections, real breakthroughs, and be generous with the people. When they're in the seat, act like it's your best friend, your daughter, someone you really care about, that you want to win, and be generous. So we're going to open up the rooms. There'll be 4 people per room because we have about 10 minutes. And so you'll have about 2.5, let's put 3 people in a room, just so that we make the most of it and everybody gets about 3 minutes each. If you can go over 5 minutes and linger, still, you know, I'd like you to stay with 3 minutes, but if someone's got to go, let them go first. All right. And we'll go 5 minutes over in case you guys are, you know, needing to exchange info. Okay. JKN, are we ready? This is putting on the spot.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
It's right on the spot, you guys. Okay, so the rooms are opening. You're going to see a join button. Go ahead and accept. Accept. We can stop streaming to Facebook because they're not going to hear any of the private action.